All right, today we're diving deep into the world of cyber deception. It's this whole shadow world of digital traps and intricate illusions, all built by security pros to outsmart their attackers. We're going to uncover the secrets behind what is, truly, the ultimate cyber decoy.
So how do you do it? How do you catch a cyber criminal red-handed without them ever knowing you're there? Think about it. You get to watch their every single move, learn all their secrets, see the tools they use, all while they think they're winning. Well, the answer is pretty brilliant. It's all about misdirection.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll cover the basic idea of the trap itself. Then, we'll get right inside something called a honeypot. After that, we'll look at the two different jobs they do, and then we're going to level up to the Honeynet. And finally, we'll talk about the high-stakes game of using these things out in the wild.
All right, let's jump right in. Before we get into all the techie details, you gotta understand the strategy behind it, because this isn't really about code. Not at its core. It's about psychology. It's about baiting an attacker into a playground where you make all the rules.
This analogy, it's perfect. Just imagine a bank sets up a totally fake vault. It looks legit, right? Super valuable. But it's all an illusion. The only reason it exists is to attract thieves. So the bank can sit back, watch them on camera, see what tools they're using, and figure out how to stop them before they get anywhere near the real money. That's the whole idea in a nutshell.
Okay, so how do you actually build a trap like that? Well, that leads us right into section 2, inside the honeypot. We're moving past the analogy now and getting into the actual tool that makes this all possible. So here it is, the official definition. A honeypot is basically a decoy system. You intentionally make it look weak, like an easy target. And here's the crucial part. There is zero legitimate data on it. None. Its whole job is to just sit there and look tempting, to be a target, so the good guys can watch the bad guys in a totally safe, controlled space.
And this breaks down how it works perfectly. It's a three-step dance. Step 1, deceive. You trick the attacker into thinking they've hit the jackpot. Step 2, monitor. Once they're in, you watch everything. I mean, every single command they type, every file they upload, it all gets logged. And finally, step 3, analyze. You take all that juicy data and use it to make your real defenses way, way smarter.
Now you might be thinking, that sounds like a ton of work. So, what's the point? Well, the payoff is huge. First off, you get a heads up, an early warning that someone's poking around. You also get to see exactly how these attackers operate, what tools they like, what they do first. You can even grab the malware they're trying to use and pull it apart in a safe lab. Seriously, it's a goldmine for security teams.
But, not all honeypots are the same. They're not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Depending on what you're trying to do, you'll use them differently. Which brings us to our next section, 2 tools, 2 jobs. We're going to look at the 2 main flavors of honeypots.
And this lays out the difference so clearly. First, you've got your production honeypot. The best way to think about this one is like a silent tripwire inside your actual network. Its job is super practical, just to give you a heads up that someone's trying to break in. Then you have the research honeypot. This one is totally different. It's completely isolated, like a science lab. Its only purpose is to study attackers, to figure out their methods, and maybe even catch brand new threats nobody's ever seen before. All right, so a single trap is pretty cool. But what if you wanted to build an entire fake company, an entire decoy network? Well, that's where we level up. Welcome to section 4, the Honeynet. We're not talking about one fake computer anymore. We're talking about a whole fake digital world. So a Honeynet isn't just a single server. It's a whole network of honeypots all connected together. We're talking about a fake web server talking to a fake database, hooked up to a fake employee file server, the whole shebang. It's designed to look and feel exactly like a real corporate network. And believe me, this is where you get the really good stuff. And because it's a full network, the process is way more advanced. The attacker gets into, say, the web server. Then they start looking around, trying to jump over to the database, just like they would in a real attack. But here's the catch. Every single move they make, every packet of data they send, is being watched and controlled. All that intel gets sent to one central place, so researchers can basically watch the entire attack play out in high definition from beginning to end. And that brings us to our last section, and it's a big one, the high-stakes game. Because, let's be real, using these tools is incredibly powerful, for sure, but it is absolutely not without some very serious risks. So what's the ultimate prize for running a full-blown honeynet? Well, this is where you hunt the big whales of the cyber world.
We're talking about spotting those super stealthy state-sponsored groups, the APTs. This is how you can watch a massive coordinated attack campaign unfold. And if you're really lucky, you might even capture a zero-day exploit. That's a brand new attack that no one has a defense for yet. It's the holy grail of threat intelligence.
But this is not a game for amateurs. The challenges are no joke. For one, these things require constant attention from real experts. If you mess up, if you configure it wrong, a smart attacker could actually take over your Honeynet and use it to attack other people. That's a nightmare scenario. And then you get into the really tricky stuff, the legal and ethical mess. Are you allowed to bait someone into a trap? Is it okay to record everything they do? There are no easy answers here.
So, when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway here? It's this. Honeypots and Honeynets are more than just another brick in the defensive wall. They are proactive tools. They're for gathering intelligence. They let the good guys get off their back foot, stop just reacting, and start actually understanding and maybe even predicting what the attackers are going to do next.
Which leaves us with a pretty wild final thought to chew on. As these digital traps and decoys get more and more realistic, almost indistinguishable from the real thing, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? In this world of digital mirrors and constant surveillance, who is really watching whom?